the length and the grueling nature of the season to understand how you best can weather the schedule, but veterans certainly can be helpful.
Is there a rookie wall, Clark? Is that true?
Yeah, I think there is one. Clearly, I hit it, and most rookies that I've talked to during my time and beyond find a period in that season when they bump into that wall.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. On the perimeter, it's Curry and Doncic. Inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. And it's Brunson in at the 1. And for the Grizzlies, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Brooks the 2 with Crowder the 3. And it's Morant in at the point. So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. Curry passes to Powell. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Now Morant. A 26-point game for him in the win against Minnesota. The 11-footer. Here's Valanciunas. Count the basket.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Morant see that guy? The vision is special.
Brunson scanning the floor. Lays it up and banks it in.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
The Grizzlies on offense. Now here's Morant. Jackson has the open look. Off target from outside. Curry on the wing. Inside. And the rejection by Jackson. Brooks with it. Coming off a solid outing against Minnesota. Morant with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And it's Morant missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Goes back up. Powell, that's good.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
Passes to Jackson. To the inside, Valanciunas. The offensive rebound. Porzingis with the block. 3-on-3. Here's Doncic. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Nice work there from Doncic. Saw an opportunity to cash in and didn't let it go awry.
Outside Crowder. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
The shot by Curry, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
You got to close off those avenues to Morant. Once he gets in one, he is focused on dropping the hammer.
The 3 from Porzingis. That shot off. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
Here's Brunson. Following the basket by Ja Morant. Pass to Curry. Porzingis against Jackson. 5 on the clock. The fadeaway. Dallas again missing.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Porzingis. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. Brooks against Curry. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Memphis leading by 4. Well, the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Now off the inbound. And Morant will lay it in.
Timeout.
Morant's got his third basket of the night right there. And Dallas calls their
9 points per, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And his rookie season, an opportunity to learn the NBA game. He's hoping to take a larger role in his sophomore campaign.
Well, he had the whole summer to work on his game now. I believe he will take that next step forward in his development.
Now here's Brunson. Looking to end the run. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And the shot goes in.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Curry finds Powell. Porzingis looking it over. Here's Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Brooks against Curry. Now here's Morant. D right on him. Dishes it to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Morant. That time on the assist by Brooks. Morant's got 9. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the...
Here's Wright. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Pass to Jackson. Fires from deep. Memphis the rebound. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far. One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
On when you see that step back 3, Clark for Doncic. Shades of James Harden, the way he gets that shot off.
And you know what? They say Luka's deceleration, hitting the brakes and stopping suddenly, is top-notch, and just like James Harden's. So that's quite a compliment. A lot of that is footwork and balance. But I think his quickness, too, guys, has been a little bit underrated. This guy is a little better athlete than he gets credit for.
Now here's Wright, following the miss by Ja Morant. The pass to Wright, down to 5 on the shot clock. Nailed from three-point land. And now just a 4-point Memphis lead. Outside Crowder. Lets the 3 fly. Hits the 3-point bomb.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here's Doncic. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Here's Wright. They trail by 7. Morant with the steal. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Wright. Here's Kleba. Passes it to Porzingis. And the rejection by Jackson. 6 to shoot. And Doncic, here we go. The three-pointer is right on target.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Here's Morant. The shot from the low post is good. Morant's got 13.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Doncic with it. Out guarded by Crowder. Crowder pulls it in. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. 8-point game. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Memphis shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. Clark comes in for Jay Crowder. Then for the Mavericks, Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Porzingis. Justin Jackson comes in for Doncic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Curry. Clark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin. I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio, when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age, and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and in all the other worlds out there. And think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends.
Here's Finney-Smith, following the basket by John Morant. Here's Kleba. Last time out, he had 14 points. Pass to Hardaway. Jacks up a three. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Wright. He has 5. Kleba kicks to Jackson. It's stolen. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Here's Clark. And they call the foul. So he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. DeAnthony Melton. He's checked in for the Grizzlies. Tyus Jones comes in for Morant. And that one falls for Clark.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Hardaway finds Wright. Will it go? And Tim Hardaway Jr. with the three. Hardaway has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Jones against Wright. With some arc. Tries again. And it's good on the way up. And the Grizzlies lead by 14.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Right wing. The tray. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Memphis, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been playing some ferocious defense now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen, Grizzlies pretty much in control here.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got DeLon Wright. He's out there with Hardaway. And it's Kleba in at the 5. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said, "We clicked right away. We're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special." Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different tongue.
Yeah, if they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David. The Mavericks have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Clark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously, confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
And he sinks the second.
For Tim Hardaway Jr., it's the family business. His dad was a pro and an outstanding one in his own right in the NBA. So Jr. knows exactly what it takes to excel at this level.
Now here's Anderson. Mavericks with the rebound. Kleba's got his 4th rebound in this one. Jackson with the bounce pass. Here's Wright. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Jones. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And it's blocked. Jackson looking around. He kicks it to Hardaway. Dallas moving it around. 4 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Bucket is good. Wright's got 4 points this quarter.
And he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Here's Clark. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
You got to know this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now here's Wright. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Wright. Outside Jackson. All alone. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Jackson's got his first 2 points. Memphis leading by 11. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Melton, guarded by Hardaway. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Hardaway. Some last season stats for him. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Now here's Hardaway. He had 13 points in the win against Orlando. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul. Brooks checked in for Jaren Jackson. The Mavericks also with a sub. Brunson's checked in. Shot clock at 6. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
And that one's good by Clark.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
And here are the Mavericks now. Grizzlies making the shot. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. A floater. Brunson, good. Brunson's got his third bucket of the night.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Clark. Mavericks with the rebound. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Brunson, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Tyus Jones. Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Boy, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a 2-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling his business in the pros because he's all business.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Mark, the level of nuance in the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you've played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to emulate it a lot sooner and a lot better.
Clock at 4. Here's Jones. It's rebounded by Brunson. Here's Dallas. They're on a 13-4 run. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, one star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
Shooting 2.
One falls for Brunson.
A lot of turnover for the Mavericks this season, but they bring back restricted free agents Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, and Dorian Finney-Smith.
And, you know, those three players have made steady improvement, and that's a credit to how the Mavericks develop young players. They also bring length and athleticism to that rotation.
No good on the second free throw.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Doncic against Crowder. Outside, Porzingis shoots the 3. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight.
You know, we talk a lot about confidence right there. Porzingis showed plenty of it.
Now here's Jones. No points in the game yet for him. Anderson outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
And he knocks down the first one. Greg, a new look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, Ja Morant and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, two of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
And he makes both free throws. And so it's Dallas with it. They trail by 7. Now here's Brunson, defended by Jones. Brunson the pass to Powell. Yep, it counts.
And you know, Kevin, Dwight Powell's combination of athleticism and focus allow him to score despite getting bumped around.
Well, out of Canada by way of Stanford University, 6'11", power forward Dwight Powell.
Boy, a high-energy guy is Powell, guys. He's a pogo stick and a rim runner, very quick-footed. I think that makes him tough to tag slicing through the lane. His activity and agility really what separate him and get him minutes on the court.
The free throw drops for Powell.
The length and mobility of Powell is really impressive. He's a solid big guy who I think continues just to get better at both ends.
Now here's Jones. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Valanciunas passes to Jones. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Crowder, and it's blocked.
You know, I like that Doncic, guys, doesn't back down on defense and tries to make it hard for his opponents.
Outside Curry. And the pass to Porzingis. That's good from 17 feet away. Porzingis has got 5 points in the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Jones looking for an opening. Floats one. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And it's all evened up.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Jones in the post. Brunson covering. Jones, no luck.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter. It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Here's Jones after Luka Doncic's bucket. Right side Crowder. And it's denied.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And the first one at the line is good. And last season, Jonas Valanciunas averaging the fewest minutes of his career. Greg, at the same time, he was playing the best basketball of his career.
I mean, his scoring per minute through the roof. Rebounding at a career high level. He can dominate inside, especially at that offensive end.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Doncic, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Here's Brunson. The Grizzlies making the shot. It's Powell on the wing. The baseline jumper goes down. Powell's got 7.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Now here's Morant. Guarded by Porzingis, and it's Morant missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Outside Curry. Here's Doncic, and the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. Brunson kicks to Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. Passes it to Brunson. From past the arc, another 3 for Dallas.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. Trying to get open is Crowder. And that one's good, Morant's got 20 points.
Yeah, when Morant gets it dialed up, he can be unstoppable. Just too many ways to score.
Now, here's Doncic. He has 6. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And it's Morant missing.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Outside Curry. Takes it from 10. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Valanciunas has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Brooks dishes to Morant. 1:51 left to play here in the second quarter. And it's good, 2 points.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
Now here's Brunson. He's got 12. Outside Curry with the shot. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And finished off by Morant.
You see the quickness there. Once Morant feels like he's got a step on you, it's over.
Brooks against Doncic. And it's Dallas with another.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Powell with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Curry leading the charge.
Hey, he's so good at running to the right spot at the right time in transition. Seth Curry, somebody you've got to have an eye on in the open court.
Now here's Morant. He's got 24.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
The first one falls.
Showing natural leadership skills, Morant has developed great rapport with his teammates.
Some changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson. He's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Clark comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brooks. Dallas also making some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Porzingis. And it's DeLon Wright in for Curry. He's perfect from the line this time. Mavericks leading by 3. 34 seconds left in the first half of basketball. It's good.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
Now here's Morant. 26 points for him. Clock at 6. And there it is for him. Morant's got 10 points in the quarter.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Doncic outside. Let's go. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Crowder in at the small forward. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. So Doncic will go to the free throw line. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Now here's Brunson, following the miss by Ja Morant. That shot, no good. To the middle, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They lead by 4. Curry deciding where to go with it. Another shot, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Oh, here we go now. Crowder's got it, the fast break chance. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
Mavericks have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Here's Doncic. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now here's Brunson after the miss from Jay Crowder. And here's Brunson.
3.
He's got 14. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Now here's Morant. Brunson covering. Down low. For the tie. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Morant. 14 points for Valanciunas.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's Brunson. And too long on the shot. Now Brooks. Doncic comes with the double team. 5 to shoot. Jackson passes to Brooks. For the lead, Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Dallas has gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Powell, no one around him, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Now here's Morant. Brunson covering, and that one's good. Jones subbed in for Dillon Brooks. And then for Dallas, Justin Jackson comes in for Jalen Brunson. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Seth Curry. Now here's Doncic. 11 points in the game, and it goes down 2 points.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
Durant. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. Anderson passes to Valanciunas. Here's Morant. Buries it from three-point range. Morant's got 5 points now this quarter.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Doncic against Crowder. Outside Hardaway. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 6th assist on the night.
Boy, that quick trigger mindset when Hardaway Jr. is firing away like this, you know he's feeling it.
Now here's Morant. 33 points for him. Deep 2 from Anderson, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Anderson's got his 2nd basket of the night, and not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
And the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
Now here's Morant. Guarded by Doncic. Now here's Morant. Kicks it to Anderson. Buries it down low. Anderson's got 8 points.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
The 3 from Porzingis, and he's good on the 3-ball. 12 points for him.
You know, a big factor in today's modern NBA is the three-point shot and the way that spaces the floor. Porzingis' range, a key element for his team spacing.
Now here's Crowder. He has 5. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house than the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base. Those fans will be around for a while. Giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And it's DeLon right in for Luka Doncic. Anderson with the ball. Hardaway picks him up. Anderson's shot is off.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Jackson finds Wright. Here's Kleber. Over Anderson. 6 to shoot. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
And so it's Memphis with it. The Mavericks making the shot. Kleber with the rebound. Kleber's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Guy is a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. That free throw good from Hardaway. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Outside, Jones. Pass to Clark. to the wing on the left. 6 on the shot clock. Jones, the pass to Clark. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Melton, no good. Mavericks leading by 6. Outside Hardaway. He kicks to right. Jackson in the corner. Traps in the tray.
Timeout.
Jackson's got 5 now.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Here's Clark. 9 points in the game so far. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Clark. And so Clark nails both of them. Mavericks leading by 7. Right, the pass to Finney Smith. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Now here's Wright. 9 points in the game so far. Kleba kicks to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
We are seeing Hardaway Jr. at his very best. Sometimes he flat out can simply take over games with his scoring ability.
Here's Clark. He's got 11. Here's Jones. Anderson trying to free himself up. And they're able to recover. No good from Clark.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now here's Wright to the paint. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
First one falls for him. And Memphis making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And so Jackson nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Melton feeling it out a bit. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Melton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Over Hardaway. That one wide left. Mavericks leading by 11.
Boy, you look at Maximilian Kleber, the German native. I mean, this guy is a very capable shooter, but it's his defense that keeps him on the court. He's 6'11", but has quick feet, which allows him to defend multiple positions.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball, following the three-point basket by Dallas. Pass to Clark. 1:22 left here in the third quarter. Clark, you think of European players, it's usually the offensive end where they thrive, but Kleber is a versatile defensive stopper too.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, this guy can shut you down because he moves his feet, he's strong, really keeps driving lanes from opening up on the perimeter, and his positioning and timing make him a good shot blocker too.
Now here's Hardaway. He's got 16.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Melton, a beautiful reverse layup.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Here's Wright. He's got 9. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. For Dallas, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
First free throw is good. Brooks checked in for Memphis. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Dallas. Jackson hits both of them. 40 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Melton. With the floater. No good from Clark. And so Curry will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Jackson. Seth Curry is out there with Wright. And it's Finney-Smith in at the power forward position. That's tipped. To the middle. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. Morant with it. With the teardrop. The shot that time, not on target. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Wright finds Jackson. Wright looking around. Now the pass to Curry. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Mavericks lead by 18. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Pass to Morant. They get it back. Count it. Good. And it's 6 points for Jaren Jackson.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Curry dishes to Wright. Floats one up. And the rejection by Jackson. And here's Morant. On the wing, Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Clark, the pass to Brooks. From downtown, it's good from long range.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Now here's Wright. He's guarded closely. Here's Kleba. Up and in on the layup.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's Clark. It's deflected. Right outside. And it's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Dallas gets called for the foul.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jackson. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
Porzingis is checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Jackson. Both free throws good from Jackson. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Here's Wright. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Morant with it. Now Wright defending. It's stolen by Curry. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Curry. 16 points for Porzingis.
He's just letting it all hang out, guys. When Porzingis is in a groove like this, he just keeps putting it on you.
Now Crowder to the right side. Valanciunas. That one no good. Nice D from Porzingis.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And the foul called on Porzingis. And that'll be his third foul so far. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Wright. Outside Crowder. Memphis moving that ball around. Outside Jackson. Porzingis with the block. And he recovers it. The Grizzlies with another miss. And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 10-2 run here. Doncic passes to Brunson. And that one drops.
And they're bound.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside Crowder. Pass to Jackson. Fades. And he overshot that one, missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Curry. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Memphis has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Pass to Crowder. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about it, market size, nightlife for some guys is important, business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles, season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Morant kicks to Caboclo. Lee with the steal. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, another turnover. The guys on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for Brooks. Here's Melton. There's the pass to Watanabe. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
And here is Doncic following Ja Morant's three. Inside. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Passes it to Melton. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Watanabe. Tries a three. The rebound by Marjanovic.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now, here's Doncic, and it's blocked. They recover it. And he makes the bucket,
Shot's
gets
good.
the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for
Shot's
him.
good. Hit. Shooting one.
And even though you only see him in short spurts, Boban makes an impact, Clark, when on the floor.
Yeah, Marjanovic is a huge guy, and he only plays limited minutes at a time. But there's nothing small about this guy. He's an efficient scorer when he gets his chances, but just doesn't have the foot speed to be able to play significant minutes.
Free throw drops for Marjanovic. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, then sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
And the free throw, no good.
Boy, Courtney Lee, his reputation is as a good two-way player, but he's also a solid veteran and leader, a pro's pro in my mind. He's got excellent speed, he can shoot it, defends. He's a valuable guy to have on your team.
Here's Watanabe. Shot clock at 6. And another miss by Memphis. To the inside. And the dunk by Doncic.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Here's Melton, covered by Lee. To halt the run. Melton, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Down low. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got 7 points for the quarter.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Here's Melton, covered by Lee. Step back shot, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Courtney Lee. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that
Take a break.
to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. Right, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Now, here's Marjanovic. Three-pointer. No good from Lee. Here's Melton, guarded by Marjanovic. Launches a 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Barea against Jones from outside the arc, and that basket is in from Caboclo. Caboclo's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Here's Barea. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Jones. Memphis has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Pass to Melton. Here's Caboclo. Watanabe passes to Melton. And it's off from three-point range. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Barea. Yes, that goes in. Barea's got his first points of the night.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, he's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
Melton. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Melton's shot is good. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter. Now here's Lee. For a while now, you and I were just talking. We've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Dallas.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Luka Doncic.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Jones, no one around him, gets a very good look and converts.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Correa, the pass to Marjanovic. Lee outside. 5 on the clock. The pass to Correa. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Watanabe. Here's Melton. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat them down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back